American Psycho is frequently recognized as a difficult and perplexing picture, yet its finale is frequently misread. Here's what the movie implies. The true meaning of American Psycho is difficult to comprehend, as the film's highly deranged protagonist and ambiguous conclusion make the film's overall message impossible to decipher. Based on Bret Easton Ellis' 1991 novel of the same name, American Psycho follows Patrick Bateman, a New York investment banker who leads a deadly double life as a serial murderer. Christian Bale's performance as Patrick Bateman is famous, and it has earned American Psycho a cult following that has lasted more than 2 decades. In American Psycho, Patrick Bateman indulges his most violent desires, living out his wicked and cruel fantasies without interfering with his life as a wealthy Wall Street investment banker. The film was just as divisive as Ellis' novel, which is not surprising given that Ellis thought the literary Bateman's spiral into depravity and real lunacy was too disturbing for film. The finale of American Psycho is very unclear, calling many of the narrative's earlier events into doubt. Many viewers conclude that American Psycho used the dreaded "it was all a dream" cliché. However, according to filmmaker Mary Harron, who co-wrote the screenplay with Guinevere Turner, this is not the case. Instead, the finale shows Bateman's actual character, rephrasing the entire tale in a new perspective, although in a subtle way. The fact that the ending of American Psycho is so frequently contested demonstrates that many people completely misunderstand the meaning of the picture, as it is at the conclusion that its themes are laid naked. The most important themes and messages of American Psycho are presented below. At its heart, American Psycho is about the inherent cruelty of corporate greed. It's no secret that Christian Bale carefully selects his film roles, and he prefers storylines that delve deeply into human nature. Patrick Bateman's casual brutality and violent sadism are crucial components of his characterization and why he is such a cultural phenomenon. The destruction he produces is a blatant example of American Psycho's overarching metaphor: violence as a stand-in for corporate greed. The murder spree in American Psycho begins with Bateman being selective and deliberate, but grows for more petty reasons. This exactly reflects the callous corporate brutality Bateman do on a daily basis on Wall Street, making judgments that cause financial disaster for others. The violence in American Psycho reflects rampantly rising greed. Bateman's need for blood is as voracious as his associates' desire for riches. His murder of Paul Allen, a rare horror film cameo for Jared Leto, is crucial proof for this, since it demonstrates Bateman's desire to advance by killing his colleagues and competitors. However, at the conclusion of the film, Bateman appears to have gotten away with his crimes, demonstrating the apathy that others in his social circle have towards that degree of violence. On the surface, the violence in American Psycho may appear excessive and gratuitous in terms of the plot, but the fact that the violence is so overwhelming and goes mostly unreported highlights the absurdity of Bateman's sadism and hence the absurdity of real-life Wall Street. American Psycho presented real-life corporate greed through the far more visceral and understandable components of raw, uncontrolled violence in its excellent film tale. Notably, discarding these intriguing themes is one of the reasons why the sequel American Psycho 2, All American Girl did not perform as well as the first. One of the most frequent misconceptions about American Psycho arises from its ambiguous ending, which portrays Patrick Bateman as an untrustworthy narrator. The fact that the finale puts Bateman's integrity into doubt, on the other hand, is precisely the point, since it feeds into one of the film's most persistent themes, identity. A crucial piece of proof for this comes during American Psycho's mistaken identity story point, in which Paul confuses Bateman for Marcus Halberstram, resulting in a violent incident that leads in Paul Allen's death, and Bateman's eventual moral awakening.